And a note on healing, guys. Throughout my healing journey, when I quit drinking, for example, you know, got 25, 30 years, I guess, 30, 25 years or so of extremely heavy drinking. Like I said, it was like my baby bottle, you know. Um, I quit drinking and I had never really been, food wasn't that big a deal for me. Drinking was a big deal to me, you know. So I didn't indulge in like snacks and stuff really, only with, a few times a year with family, really. But after I quit drinking, I had the almost unreal addiction to sugar that I could ever imagine. I mean, it was unfucking real. And I was consuming massive, I mean, pounds of candy at night. And I couldn't figure, I was freaking out because I was like, man, what the fuck is going on? Something's seriously fucking wrong. And I would tell people, I would tell like friends and family, right? And they'd be like, oh, don't be so hard on yourself. Oh, it's okay. Oh, don't worry. Oh, come here. And so that shit made me really fucking think, man. Like, what is this complacency about? Like, why are we so, like, take kid gloves when it comes to, examining ourselves and our behaviors? And at least in America, guys, this is how they are, because it's because everybody is indulging in their vices. And if one person puts a halt and says, wait a minute, we're doing something wrong, it affects everybody. People are like, whoa, you can't do that. No, we're all in this together. We're all on a highway to hell. Come on, shut up, get back in line, enjoy your vice. So, you face that in your healing. And then also what you face in your healing is they have released all information. Guys, everything's out there now. They are overwhelming everybody with all this information. It's the end game. They're getting ready for another reset. They're trying to keep everybody distracted. Well, Richard, what are they trying to keep everybody distracted from? Very simple. They are trying to keep us distracted from our own healing. They are trying to keep us distracted from reclaiming our authority. They are trying to keep us distracted and in fear, so that way we constantly need them through this next reset, while they abuse and do whatever. Dude, it's not going to be pretty, whatever they got planned. Whatever's about to happen is not going to be a good thing. So what they've done is they've overloaded the internet with all the superfluous shit. Everything. They've put out every bit of confusing 3D world realm rabbit hole information. You could spend lifetimes upon lifetimes upon lifetimes upon lifetimes just trying to catch up with all of the shit that they're putting out. And the reason they're doing it is for confusion. Look, guys, they put these people out like Wim Hof and build Wim Hof up because he's the motherfucker that's going to teach you how to breathe and fucking learn how to be out in the cold. Come on. Come on, guys. We are natural beings. We are fucking human beings, a biological being. We know this shit. We know how to breathe. We know how to be in the cold. We know what's good for us, right? They set these fucking idols up. They're setting these idols up for you guys. They're going to set up idols for you guys. If you want to go through yoga for your healing. Okay, another note on these healing modalities that I didn't get into yet, guys. All these, a bunch of these healing modalities like yoga, and yoga is the only one that comes to mind at the moment. But yoga comes from ancient Hindu, thousands of years prior to Christianity, right? And these movements were based, and each movement is a dedication to some kind of Hindu god or deity, right? Because they have hundreds, if not thousands, of gods and deities in the Hindu religion. So every time you put yourself in that position, you're bowing down and putting yourself in that God and allowing it's to allow that God to work through you, whatever the fuck that, juju voodoo they do with that shit, man. But, So again, what I'm trying to say is, on your healing journey, you're going to be tempted to find a guru. You're going to be tempted to find all of these people to look up to, all these people you think they have answers, all these people that talk about how wonderful their healing modality is, whether it be breathing, whether it be nature, whether it be exercising, whether it be yoga, whether it be Tai Chi, whatever it is, man, there's going to be gurus and authorities set up in those positions that are going to convince you, do their best to play on your guilt, shame, and fear to convince you that they know how to do something and that you must pay them to learn how to do it. Or now, guys, payment is not just monetary. The biggest payment you have is your attention. So by giving them your attention and following them or making them your influencer, that's all obedience. That's all worship, guys. They are taking your power away from you. So my biggest thing is, you want to know how to heal, you got to reclaim the faculties of your mind. You've got to drop the vices from the 3D, right? You have to get rid of all these authorities and trust yourself, period. All authority. If you sit with yourself, your body and mind will tell you exactly what movements your body needs to make. It will tell you when to move. It will tell you to quit your job. It will tell you to get a new job. It will tell you not to get a job. It will tell you to get rid of all your shit. It is going to tell you how to heal. And you need to follow that. Anything outside of you that goes against what you're saying, you need to look at yourself as the main authority, and then you need to look at them as, well, maybe let me use my faculties of reason and see if I'm missing something here and they're correct. That is it. You don't need fucking Thomas DeLauer telling you how to fast. Fasting is just not eating. You let your body dictate and tell you. All these motherfuckers want to tell you you're going to die if you don't eat. You are going to feel like shit at first when you don't eat because your body is detoxing. Every single thing we put in our mouths, whether it's water, a piece of fruit, a fucking steak, it doesn't goddamn matter, is a toxin. Our body treats it as a toxin and immediately produces mucus in order to move it through the body and out as soon as possible, guys. We were never meant to eat 3 meals a day. We were never meant to consume all this shit. They are doing this because they are bringing us down. They are dumbing us down so we don't think. When we eat, 70% of our body's energy, body and mind's energy, goes towards digestion for hours until we digest. And especially most of us in America are eating completely shitty processed food that is making us toxic. So what happens is our cells, like cancer and all these things, they do war on cancer, guys. They're doing a war on cancer. Cancer is your biological friend. It is letting you know that your environment is not healthy, that what you're putting in your body or around your body or in your mind or around your mind is not healthy, and it is causing disease. It is causing cancer. The cancer cells, that what they do is they separate these toxins in the body and they clump them together, and then that cancer needs to be removed. Cancer is your friend. These cocksuckers have a war on cancer. It's ridiculous, guys. They're fucking with our heads. So you need to get rid of all their programming. If something doesn't make sense, if something is confusing you, you need to get rid of that shit. Also, one last thing, guys, very important. There are entities everywhere at any given time. They are everywhere on everything. They are attached to everything. There are entities for everything. There are Jesus, God entities, angels, demons, devils, this jinn, this thing, that thing, all those Hindu gods. There are all these thousands of different entities, guys. They all want your fucking attention, and they're all fucking with your mind. And most of us, if not all of us, have all of this programming that we're dealing with, but we're also dealing with entities. Entities are very easy to deal with. You are a demon slayer. I am a demon slayer. What you do is you feel that confusion, if you feel things fucking with you, you just sit there and you're going to say, whatever's fucking with me, come to the front of my mind. You're gonna see in your mind, and it's gonna be a character that comes in. It's gonna be about this big in your mind's eye, and you're gonna see it. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna slash that motherfucker, like that game, that fruit game where you slash all that fruit, with like a sword or whatever. But you're just gonna slash it in your mind's eye. You're just gonna slash it and cut it in half. It's gonna fucking go away. And you're gonna have to, if you've never done this before, you're gonna have a fucking gang of them, guaranteed, dude. I slayed demons for like days straight before I got through them all. That's how fucking I was dealing with a lot of shit. And so you can slay demons like that. You can even tell them to fucking tell them your name. You have the authority. The only reason they're there is because you gave up your authority to them at some certain point in time, because you were feeling vices or feeling, or doing what you could to get out of a bad position, whatever. But you can do that. So that's a great way. And I utilize that all the time. And then I do not consent, I do not comply. That is a very important one. Whether you say it out loud or think it and just repeat, I do not consent, I do not comply, I do not consent, I do not comply, I do not consent, I do not comply, I do not consent, I do not comply. Because these AI, whether you realize it or not, as we go through this earth, we are constantly, there's so much shit going on. This whole realm is just a magical made up illusion, and it's all fucking working on these magical numbers and this hypnosis and all this shit. And whether we realize it or not, we are subconsciously complying constantly to shit. So, if you feel all of a sudden you're feeling great, you cut up all your demons, you did your do not consent, and then the next day you're feeling down again, you attracted, like a magnet. Things jump back on you. You need to just calm yourself, walk through it again. Sit on your couch for an hour and just slay fucking demons in your head. Slay fucking demons in your head for an hour. The only thing that's going to happen, guys, you're going to see how much better you feel. You're going to start getting rid of confusion. You're going to start getting rid of the fog. You're going to start gaining clarity. You're going to start, that voice in your head, you will become more and more aware that it is your voice, that is your soul, that is you speaking, because you are pure, you are a good person, you are neurodivergent, you are different, you aren't following along with the crowd, you aren't fucking participating in all their groupthink. So yeah, just a few notes on healing, guys. We can do it. We have it all in ourselves. Be very careful. Yes, we need help, guys. I have gone and I have done different things. I got a yoga teacher. I did yoga for a little bit. I did all these different things, these healing modalities. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I even got, look at this shit, guys. I got this thing. This fucking thing costs $300 fucking dollars. This thing costs $300 and it works. It's no joke. It works. It does work. But what I'm saying is it does nothing that I can't do for myself. That $300 I had to work for. I had to work my dick off to be able to buy it. I had to think. I had to research it. I had to fucking worry about it. I had to wait for it to come in the mail. Do you understand how much attention that thing got when I could have been giving all that attention to myself? So that's the point I'm making is, even if you're sitting at home alone without any kind of outside influence or something, authority to teach you how to heal, you are doing more healing by sitting with yourself, slaying your own demons, sitting with your anxiety, pulling away, detaching from this 3D shit show and all its fucking conveniences, and reclaiming the faculties of your mind and actually thinking through these things and finding your own solution. Because we are the only solution. Us true souled humans are the only solution.